There's something peaceful and wonderful about the marshlands of South Carolina's low country. Travel with me and enjoy scenes like this, and this, and this, as we visit a city that's been around since long before the United States was even a country. It's the West Ashley Greenway, a coastal rail trail in the Palmetto State. Up next on Joyful Trails. This is Charleston, South Carolina. It's nicknamed Chucktown and the Holy City. Some people think the Holy City moniker refers to Charleston's so-called religiously tolerant culture, and some people think the nickname is a mockery of Charlestonians' smug, self-satisfied attitude about their city. I wouldn't go that far. Most sources say that it's called the Holy City due to the many old church steeples dotting the skyline of downtown Charleston. The town motto is a Latin phrase that I know better than to even attempt to pronounce. I can tell you, though, quite confidently that it means she guards her temples, customs, and laws. Sitting on just over 135 square miles, the city has a population of 155,369, although the head count of the greater Charleston metro area is closer to 850,000. Charleston was founded by the English in 1670 as Charlestown, also spelled Charlestown and Charlestown early on. And she was named in honor of King Charles II. Charleston adopted its present spelling upon its incorporation as a city in 1783. Let's face it, this town is as old as dirt, and I love that. They not only have some old school brick streets in the downtown area, they have cobblestone streets. And when I say cobblestone, I'm talking cobblestone. In the 1600s, Charleston survived a smallpox outbreak, an earthquake, a fire, malaria, and a yellow fever outbreak. Tough town. In addition, she has also survived violent hurricanes and actual pirates over the years. Charleston was besieged by the pirate Blackbeard for several days in May of 1718. Blackbeard released his hostages and left in exchange for a chest of medicine. Or at least that's how the story goes. In the 1700s, Charleston was the wealthiest city in the 13 colonies and the largest in population south of Philadelphia. One of the things people love the most about this town is the architecture, the buildings, the houses. Charleston's embrace of classical architecture began after a devastating fire leveled much of the city in 1838. When it was time to rebuild, attention was paid to Greek Revival architecture. Gothic Revival also made a significant appearance in the construction of many churches after the fire. There's a ton of war history here, both from the American Revolution and the war between the states. Check out this old school flag from the days of the original 13 colonies. You gotta love it. The first full battle of the Civil War occurred right here on April 12th, 1861, when shore batteries fired upon the U.S. Army-held Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor. Famous females from Charleston include model and actress Lauren Hutton, model, TV host, actress and Miss Teen USA Vanessa Lachey, and actress Mabel King, who played Mama on TV's What's Happening. Now, the West Ashley neighborhood is the site of our greenway for this video. West Ashley is home to the Charleston Bicycle Company. You can't miss it, with that giant bike out front. It's right next to Carolina Rod and Gun, the Low Country's oldest independent sporting arms outfitter. But enough about King Charles, Blackbeard, and sporting arms. We've got a trail to ride. It's the West Ashley Greenway. Let's check it out.
He washes over me with light, serenity, a holy peace. He shows his love is free and wide. He is the master of my life. He washes over me with light, serenity, a holy peace. He shows his love is free and wide. He is the master of my life. He has chosen me. I have chosen him. Let there be nothing, nothing in between, nothing in between. He carries me beneath his wing, from glory to the deepest pain. I dance beside him in the rain. His goodness has become my strength. He carries me beneath his wing, from glory to the deepest pain. I dance beside him in the rain. His goodness has become my strength. He has chosen me. I have chosen him. Let there be nothing, nothing in between, nothing in between. He has chosen me. I have chosen him. Let there be nothing, nothing in between, nothing in between. He's making all things new. A precious flower in his hand. There is nothing he can do. It's because of him I stand. He is making all things new. Precious flower in his hand. There is nothing he can do. It's because of him I stand. He has chosen me. I have chosen him. Let there be nothing, nothing in between, nothing in between.
The rumor going around the interwebs is that YouTube gives a video a wider reach if there's lots of likes and comments. So please, I beg of you, please like this video and leave nice comments. I am literally begging you. Nah, just kidding. I don't really give a doggone. I mean, we just recently passed 6,000 subscribers here at Joyful Trails, and I'm a big-time social media content creator now. I'm an influencer. Who cares about likes and comments? I do. I care about likes and please like the video and leave a comment. I ain't too proud to beg. Speaking of comments, stick around for a quick installment of responding to comments coming up a little later on, and our star rating at the end of the video. But first, let's lift the hood and tinker with this rail trail a little bit. The West Ashley Greenway is a flat and easy 16.5 miles out and back. It is fairly narrow, a little thinner than I typically go for. You know what I'm saying? I like my trails a little on the thick side, but that's just me. It's typically about 6 feet wide, and there are metal and wooden bollards at street crossings, which reduces the width even more. There are lots of street crossings, so be careful, look both ways. It's mostly paved, although the section that passes through the marshy area on the west end is a mostly hard-packed dirt corridor. This is a primarily straight rail trail that passes through residential and commercial areas, lots of backyards, past neighborhoods, schools, parks, and eventually a wonderful wildlife-infused marsh. Nearly halfway through the Greenway, you can connect to the 6-mile out-and-back West Ashley Bikeway, if you so choose. I did so choose, and that's going to be a separate standalone video somewhere down the road, so y'all stay tuned for that one. Be forewarned, restrooms and water fountains are in very short supply, so plan accordingly. The railroad that once traversed these parts was the Atlantic Coastline's Croghan's Branch, which ran from Savannah to Charleston beginning back in 1853. The rail line was finally abandoned in 1981. The most unique part of this trail is the marsh and creek, a popular spot for crabbing, fishing, and wildlife viewing. There are broad wetlands flanking the trail that present magnificent views and offer excellent opportunities for bird sightings. If I were you, I'd park for free in the Windermere Shopping Center parking lot near mile marker 0 on the eastern end of the trail. If you so choose, you can also park on the western end in a small parking lot that's close to the marsh. This trail gets points for a great logo, nice trailside maps, and street signs that keep you constantly aware of where you are. And I found it fascinating that one of the trail rules was no profanity. You don't see that every day, but I like that. I think that needs to be a common rule for rail trails and greenways. No cursing on the trail. I think that's a great idea. I'm just kidding. There's lots of small wooden bridges that connect homeowners to the greenway. Some of the connecting bridges are a little more substantial. If you ride this trail, look for the tennis shoe trees. There's got to be a story that goes with this amateur impromptu art exhibit of sneakers in the treetops. I think it's pretty cool. Our exclusive star rating is coming up soon. But first,
responding to comments.
at SaddleWeary2777 wrote, "Back in my stupid youth, I broke down for 3 days in Charlotte when driving a tractor trailer. I walked to Walmart, bought a bike, and then I booked a room and got a fifth of Jack Daniels. I went everywhere on that bike, drunk, ashamed to say, but it got me back into riding bikes. I couldn't walk for days, my butt was so sore." I love that story! As my friend Brad from the Mountains and More YouTube channel likes to say, even bad adventures make for great stories.
This has been Responding to Comments.
When my trail riding time was up, I checked into a local sleep inn, literally a few short blocks off the trail. Happily, Bessinger's Barbecue was walking distance from the hotel. I got a recommendation from the girl at the counter, and I went with the pulled chicken with some green beans and fries, and a good time was had by all. I can highly recommend Bessinger's in the West Ashley neighborhood of Charleston, South Carolina. So what's the verdict? Why should you visit Charleston, South Carolina and ride the West Ashley Greenway? Well, because it's Charleston, duh. It's an amazing historic city that draws tourists from all over the place year-round. But this trail ain't nothing to sneeze at. A favorite of local bikers and joggers, the West Ashley Greenway features some cool art installations. She's got a little bit of length to her, about 16 miles out and back all total. But it's the marsh for me, the marshy goodness of that marshland area. It's the overall marshiness of this trail that makes it unique. The first 2/3 or so is straight and fairly routine, taking you on a tour of people's backyards, but that western third of this trail is a great way to experience scenic low country wetlands. 3 stars for the West Ashley Greenway in Charleston, South Carolina. Now get on your bike and try to find a little joy in the journey.